All right, our next guest, we see him holding court as we're doing the post-game show every day. Me and Tim Ring, every time I join Tim down there, we always see him. He is the president and CEO of your Phoenix Suns, Josh Bartelstein. Josh, Ringer's filling in for Bernsey. It's Gambo. How are you today?
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me, and happy Friday.
Yeah,
hey,
yes.
Josh.
So the main reason we had John, it's just one question, and hopefully we get a true answer here. So you played basketball, college basketball at Michigan, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes, and Matt Ishbia played at Michigan State. So I'm going to ask you, game to 11, you and him, a three-pointer, it counts for 2 points. 2-11, who wins, you or Matt?
I'm going to have to take this clip and send it to him. Just because I'm younger and I have younger legs, I'm going to say myself. And I was more of a shooter, right? Matt was more of a facilitator, passer. But one-on-one, there's no one to pass to. So I like my chances. He's my boss. So I got to make sure he doesn't get hurt.
Yes.
And he feels good about himself.
Right. You could also just back him in, right? But at the same time, you might have to let him win, though, Josh, just for security purposes.
Matt's a competitor. He's not going to want me to let him win.
Yeah, he's not going to want that. He's going to want his best effort.
I may have to set that game up.
Yeah. So you got him, what do we say, maybe like 11-6 you take him down?
I think he can get 6. I'll 11-6, 11-7. We'll make sure it's, good theater. I don't want the spread to be too big.
I think
Right,
I smell a pay-per-view on the Sun streaming app coming up in the off-season.
I'll pay for that.
Working on my jump shot.
I'll give you $19.99 for that. There's no problem.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about this. You guys had that big announcement. The Phoenix Mercury are going to host the 2024 AT&T WNBA All-Star Game at the Footprint Center Saturday, July 20th. That's big news. And then the other announcement that came down just a couple of days ago with Adam Silver here, you guys were able to secure the 2027 NBA All-Star Game for Phoenix. Josh, I know you had a big part in this, so tell me behind the scenes the work that went into securing this All-Star Game for Phoenix.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell a little story. When Matt first hired me, which was almost a year ago, before I moved here to Phoenix, Matt had me come to his office in Michigan and spend a month with him. So I would go to his office in Pontiac and just kind of see the culture he's built and meet. And over that month, he had a list of all the things he wanted to achieve as a new owner, from the team, the community, to the business. And the first thing on his list was getting WNBA All-Star. He had done his research and knew that it was not committed for this summer. So that was number one. And number two, he said, well, while we're at it, let's go get the next round of NBA All-Star games as well. And I was kind of laughing because having been in the NBA for a long time, both processes are very competitive. They're hard to get to. They're hard to get, and it's almost impossible to get both awarded in 6 months. So when he came here yesterday and we were sitting in my office kind of laughing, I'm like, hey, you still have that list because we just checked both off in 6 months. But we're incredibly excited. Our team did an awesome job. There's a long list of requirements. Every city wants it. It says a lot about Phoenix and having mega events here between Super Bowl and Final Fours. And we can't wait for W this summer, and then we're going to build on that and have an NBA All-Star game here in 2027.
Hey, Josh, don't go into detail, obviously, but just kind of big picture. Pull back the curtain a little bit for fans. Like when Matt says to Adam Silver or the organization says, hey, we want to host the next available NBA All-Star game. What is the process? Like, what is an organization? Are some of the things that you have to do? I mean, do you have to write an essay? Why I think Phoenix should be hosted?
It's a lot of work. It's a formal process, right? So there's a list of requirements from hotel rooms to transit to amount of flights that come in to convention center space. So there's a lot of objective measures, right? You just have to say, hey, we check this box, we check that box. It's a huge partnership with the city. Visit Phoenix, all these kind of constituents come together. We have to work on all of it together. And then there's kind of your own creative flair to it of how you separate yourself, right? Everyone's going to say the same thing. It's going to be the best, the biggest. But what does that actually mean? We have a ton of ideas from different locations of events to activating outside and bringing in different sponsors. So you literally pitch it, and you have the NBA comes here and visits us, and we take them on a tour and show them all these things. And you add all that up and how our team did it, and we a little bit of luck, and now we're awarded it yesterday, and off we go.
I think Ringer, I think he probably sold them on the fact that, hey, we'll do at halftime a game, me against Matt. one-on-one, and the NBA was like, "Oh, we'll take that." No, that's never happened before.
I think we have to work that in. I'll start working out now and get ready.
Yeah, we'll work that. Me and Tim will pass you the ball. We'll rebound for you. The game, it's gonna. We expect that it's going to change dramatically over the next couple of years. Was there any discussion about that, or is it just about hosting?
No, just about hosting. No, I know the NBA and with Adam here yesterday, they're looking at everything as far as the game itself, but it's truly a weekend celebration. Honestly, maybe a whole week. It's not just the basketball; it's the business of it. It's a global event. Then you get the best 24 basketball players in the world all come to Phoenix. So, the game, they work out, but the ratings were still up. People still love watching these guys compete. And we are excited to kind of celebrate the entire week and celebrate where the game is going.
Hey, Josh, I know in your position you actually do dabble in some basketball ops. Got to ask you about the win in Denver on Tuesday night. I mean, there are wins and then there are wins, and I think that spoke volumes about what this Suns team is right now, and maybe more importantly, what it can be in the final 19 games of the season, and then obviously the postseason. What are your thoughts on what that one win maybe meant for this team and the organization going forward?
Yeah, no, look, we feel really good about our team. James obviously does a great job with it, and Matt and myself, and kind of forming one partnership. But we like our depth. Obviously, I think Royce, the trade deadline has been great. Grayson and Nurk have worked out phenomenal. Both those guys are having great years. And then around the big three, Eric Gordon. So, when our team has been healthy, we played really, really good basketball. And to your point, going into Denver this week, it wasn't like Denver didn't play well. They played well. They made shots. And it was a huge win for our team. And we can just pick up the momentum and keep building on it. Obviously, taking care of business last night. Tomorrow should be electric in footprint. So many great players on the court. But if we get healthy, find our rhythm, we feel really, really good about our chances here down the stretch.
When you go back and you look at the trade, I think it was September 27th when DeAndre Ayton was moved for Nurkic and Nas Little and Grayson Allen. Could you have ever imagined at that time the impact that trade would have made it? I think when you look at the history of Phoenix Suns trades, I think Kevin Johnson goes down as one of the best. Barkley goes down. This trade may very well go down as one of the best trades in Phoenix Suns history.
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time on it, and just looking at the fit, right? I think you've seen Nurk's passing, how it's opened things up for us. He's a phenomenal teammate. We love him. He's a great rebounder, the ability to roll the rim. So he's just brought such a great impact to us on both sides of the ball. And obviously Grayson, the year he's having. Every time you shoot, you expect it to go in. He also defends. He doesn't get enough credit for his defense, his passing. He's a secondary playmaker. I know Nas has some knee issues. He's been good for us as well when he's played. So just adding the depth, all really good guys. And obviously, we wish nothing but the best for DA, and he's done just fine in Portland. But these guys have been great for us, and love having him here.
When you look at the Royce O'Neal move, I was blown away that nobody tried to prevent you guys from getting Royce O'Neal, like blocking. Plenty of times in baseball, teams will just grab a guy that's, so he doesn't go somewhere else. I can't believe nobody gave up a late first-round pick to go get Royce O'Neal. He's such a good defensive player and three-point shooter. That was a tremendous ad by you guys.
Yeah, he's someone we targeted, right? We had 4 or 5 guys on our list. James, myself, Matt, were kind of just talking through the weeks leading up to it. And he was right there. And to your point, we didn't know if we could get him, right? There's guys you want to get, but they have to actually want to work with you and make a trade. And Royce was such a winner, and he's been absolutely terrific. His shooting, he's an underrated passer, playing out of the short roll. He defends. I feel like he gets every 50-50 ball rebounds, and just a winner. He talks up in the locker room. So just, again, a really, really good compliment, because I think, obviously, when you have Kevin, Devin, Brad, everyone talks about the big three, but building depth around them, how to optimize those guys and play winning basketball. And Royce does just that, and we love having him here.
Josh, real quick, it's kind of been a hot-button topic amongst fans on social media and even at the games, on the post-game show, the call. Why were the Suns so steadfast in their desire to not bring in a point guard, either through at the trade deadline, the buyout market, any opportunity? They always pushed back and said, kind of, we're fine. Obviously, you're in the meetings. Can you share with Suns fans here today a little bit about the decision to just not go there and why you guys felt that was not a priority, whether it be the buyout market or the trade deadline? going forward and feeling that you guys were good in terms of where you were at that position?
Yeah, look, I think it comes down to having Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant, that their usage is going to be so high the ball is going to be in their hands. And we feel like we have point guards. Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, when they're on the court, they're going to be putting a ton of pick and roll. Kevin Durant's putting a ton of pick and roll. So to have shooting around them is critical. Most of our possessions end up with the ball in those guys' hands, making plays either for themselves or those around them. So it's just to optimize this team. We thought if they're going to have the ball in their hands, let's have size around them, let's have shooting. And those guys are playmakers. And both Devin and Brad and Kevin aren't just scorers. They're world-class playmakers who always make the right read and right play. So we view we have point guards. It's just in those guys.
Josh, leave me with this. When we look at the All-Star games going forward, the economic impact that having those games here means for Phoenix, means for the Valley, and then just the ability to showcase the type of first-class organization you guys are. How much of an impact will that have?
It's huge. It's a statewide celebration. It's a citywide celebration. These things don't happen without a true team, right? Our team internally here with the Mercury and Suns, but the governor, the mayor, everyone that works on it. And to showcase this amazing city. For someone like me who's almost been here a year now, that's one of these that I've been blown away by is the level of partnership and people truly wanting to help for all the right reasons. That's not the case in every city. So I think people are going to come here and just be wowed by it and continue to see all these major events come here. And it will come much faster than we all think. We were joking. First step was announcing it, and now we have all these meetings to talk about planning it, and it will be here before we know it.
All right, good stuff. Josh, we appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow at the game.
Yep, thanks, Josh. See you tomorrow, brother.
Sure will. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Brett.
That's Josh Bartelstein, the Suns president and CEO. First time on the show with us. But we see him all the time. We're doing the post-game show, me and you. He always walks. Everybody walks right by us. We're in a great spot right there, aren't we?
Great guy.
Everybody goes right by us. So good stuff on the Suns getting that All-Star game. And again, his what he's been able to tell us from the basketball operations standpoint.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.